So, did you know that parasites can connect to your auditory system inside of your neurons in the brain? What is the auditory system? The auditory system gives leeway to anything or any third party to be able to control or mimic the host that they are in. See, a lot of y'all don't know that the music that you're listening to has an indirect effect in cortisol building up in the body. And parasites use cortisol to be able to record through your auditory system sounds, people, music. And so therefore, we have cases of people who hear voices, people who say they hear music, right? But you don't understand that the Toxoplasma gondii parasite can mimic your neurons, and your neurons is what creates your thoughts. So if neurons create your thoughts and Toxoplasma gondii parasites can mimic your thoughts or your neurons, then we know the causation of people as far as cases of hearing voices, hearing music. There's plenty of cases like that, right? But did you know that when your serotonin levels is down, that this causes you to become aggressive, murderers? People who are aggressive have low serotonin levels. And what feeds on serotonin? The Toxoplasma gondii parasite along with other parasites. But this one parasite in particular, the Toxoplasma gondii, uses serotonin to cross over into the barrier of your emotions. These parasites are very smart. We're going to get into the information. But as we move further into this video, I want you all to think for yourself, because we've been taught that parasites are only insects and worms that has no intelligence, but they are over 55 million years old. And there are parasites who have strands of genetic material that is very identical to ours. It is said that parasites can get into the animals, right, and affect their DNA by giving them a perception of humanity to be able to lead through death and evolve into human form. Like I said before, serotonin is a very spiritual compound within the biochemical structure that they use when you tap out of the physical body at night to go into your sleep gate. And this is when parasites can log on to your central nervous system and control you 100% as far as sleepwalking, for an example. So you get up and go to the refrigerator and get something to eat. It's the parasite. The parasite knows. It can see through your eyes. It knows what you are thinking. They are not just some insects and worms in nature that's walking around giving infections, causing cancer and STDs. These things are very intelligent. And whenever you think, they know what you're thinking, especially that Toxoplasma gondii parasite. Let's get into the information. And it says, yes, in rare cases, certain parasitic infections can be associated with the experience of hearing voices or other psychotic symptoms. One such parasite is Toxoplasma gondii, which has been linked to schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and other psychotic symptoms. And it goes on to say, it is true that certain parasites can affect the brain and potentially lead to psychiatric symptoms, including hallucinations in their hosts. And remember when I said that low serotonin levels has a lot to do with aggressiveness, impulsive behavior, and violent behavior? I said yes. Research suggests a link between low levels of serotonin and aggressive, impulsive, and violent behavior, including murder. And it goes on to say that some studies suggest that parasitic infections, particularly the Toxoplasma gondii, can affect serotonin levels in the brain, potentially leading to behavioral changes and neurological disorders in humans. So this Toxoplasma gondii parasite feeds off of low energy, right? So it says, yes, there's evidence suggesting that Toxoplasma gondii infection can lead to decreased serotonin levels in the human brain. And they said low levels of serotonin is what? Aggressiveness, murderous behavior. And it says this reduction in serotonin is linked to potential behavior and mood changes in infected individuals. They are controlling us, y'all, through foods. You may say no, but it says cases of Toxoplasma gondii infection have been found in a variety of meat and animals, posing a risk of toxoplasmosis to humans who consume them, y'all. And this is why, if you come to me for healing, you cannot consume dead animals, which has glycoproteins in them. And let's go on. It says, yes, Toxoplasma gondii, the parasite that causes toxoplasmosis, can be found in cattle and their meat. Studies have shown that a percentage of cattle are seropositive for T. gondii, indicating past or present infection. The parasite can also be present in beef. I know y'all thought I was crazy when I said that parasites can get into animals, and then after their 7 cycles of death, they can cross into human perception by way of parasites. It says, yes, parasites can have a significant impact on animal evolution, and this in turn can contribute to the evolution of humans, particularly through the concept of host-parasite coevolution. It gets deeper, y'all. Just go into the rabbit hole a little deeper. Love y'all. Peace.